Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, I'm Evelyn.
Welcome to
Welcome
the
to the
nest.
nest. We
We hope
hope
you
you
stay.
stay for a while.
Today we're joined by our guests, Isabel and Williams. Let's tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Hi, I'm Isabel, and I am in eighth grade.
Yourself?
My name is Williams Israel, and I'm also in ninth grade too.
All right. So, for our first segment, to kick it off, we will be wrapping up the year with Spotify. 2021 has been a crazy year with ups and downs. When you're stressed, excited, or happy, music is usually the way to go. So why not wrap up our holidays and this year with Spotify Wrapped?
Yay, Spotify rap. We love that. Okay, so we're gonna ask you guys, for some of your status. So, first one is what songs did you have on repeat? Um, William, do you want to go first?
So most of the songs that I really enjoyed, I usually put on repeat are all the songs on Playboy Cardi.
Mm, his songs are pretty good. Well, what about you, Isabel?
They vary because my music genre is the pop section, and I really love it. I have my top lists for the 2021, and I'm still listening to.
Okay. And so for our next segment, for our next question, with that being said, what were your top 5 songs or 4?
So one of my top 5 favorite songs that I put on are Rest in Peace, also by Playboy Cardi, and also Sky. Those are the two.
Mm. Isabel, what about you?
I have Coming to Get You, Sleep Deprived, and Hey You, and Destination, and Wilder.
Wow, that's pretty good. What about you, Chloe?
Well, okay, let me go access my. Okay, so the top songs that I had um were Looking Out for You by Joy Adore. I think that's their Joy Again, sorry. I had that song, I had a little phase or whatever with that song. Love Yours by J. Cole, Cranes in the Sky by Solange, and Crave You by Flight Facilities and Giselle.
Oh my God, I love Looking Out for You. For me, it's all K-R&B. So, cause study moment. There's a lot of study moment. My top one was Yours by Jimmy Brown. Second is Never Know by Jimmy Brown. Third is By My Side by Junie. Fourth is Distance by Junie. And 5 is Two Things by Jimmy Brown. So you can tell, who I really love.
I guess I can guess right now who your top artist is as well.
I guess so. Okay, with the next questions. So, what is your audio aura? William?
So for my audio aura, it's more like action and more comfortable to get me being in a low state than when the songs comes higher, it can make me get hyped.
Wow. I haven't met someone who has like actions because most of them are like focused. But what about you, Isabel? What is your audio aura?
Mine is audio aura. It has many different songs, and all those songs I have them in a playlist. And my audio aura is like energetic. Or sometimes it's used for exercises.
Okay.
Chloe.
So for me, my audio aura was energy and chill, which like together, like one thing that I liked about it is the fact that it had like the colors. They looked, hold on, like the colors looked really nice because it was like this green color and this blue color. And it kind of like represents my personality because those are like my two moods, because I listen to a mix of like R&B and rap. and like a lot of like old school music as well. So like I feel like that's why I got that audio aura. But yeah.
That is very cool because mine's is soft and focused. I guess you can already guess. I really like the color though. The background made it a bit blurry, but it's soft and focused. I do a lot of studies. Yeah.
Okay. For our next question, what were your top 5 genres? Williams?
So my top 5 genres are probably most that represent Playboy Cardi way. People, if there's some other different rappers that represent Playboy Cardi, probably I'm gonna listen to all of them too.
That's cool. What about you, Isabel?
Pop, electronic, EDM, and that I think that's it.
Chloe, how about you?
My top 5 genres were dance pop, pop rap, neo soul, bedroom pop, and trap clean.
Ooh, honestly, those are pretty good because mine is most number one. I guess you guys can guess already. Korean R&B. Second is K-pop. Third is chill R&B. Fourth is dance pop, and 5 is indie pop. So yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff.
What even is dance pop? Because apparently I was listening to a lot of it, and like when I went onto TikTok, everyone was like saying it was popping up on their genres, their top genres. But what even is dance pop?
I think it's probably like songs that are very upbeated and they're like, you can dance to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is, who were your top 5 artists? William?
My top 5 artists is Playboy Cardi, number 1, 2, Calcy, number 3, Snot, and number 4, Polo G, and the last is Trippie Redd.
Those are pretty good. You listen to a lot of raps, music. Isabel, what about you?
First is I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's LVLY, Craig Reaver, Gamma Skies, Loving Caliber, and that.
Okay, so
what about you, Chloe?
For my lineup, I got, for number 1, I have Brent Faiyaz. For number 2, I have DTR Live. For number 3, I have Beyonce. For number 4, I have Ariana Grande. And for number 5, I have J. Cole.
We love DPR. Love that. Love that. I love Beyonce too. For me, you guys can already guess. First, Jimmy Brown. Second, surprisingly, is Chase Atlantic. Third, Junie. Fourth, G Souls. 5, Sam Kim. Yeah, those are mine.
All right, and to top off this year's wrapping up the year with Spotify, how many minutes or hours did you spend listening to music? Williams?
So what made me, for my hour is 1 hour, and while listening, I sometimes forget that I'm going to school. Like yesterday, I did the same thing, and I forgot I was coming to school, so I came late.
What about you, Isabel?
I listen to music like maybe an hour daily.
Okay. For me, mine, like Spotify gave me like a really because like I don't really listen to music on Spotify that much because I just started using the platform. But I spend 1,534 minutes listening to music. So like that's kind of like that's kind of beginner compared to some of the people that when I seen their Spotify rap. they said like 100,000 minutes or like 34 hours. And I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. Because like it put all like throughout the whole year how long you spent listening to music. So it was very interesting to see.
Chloe, I just started using Spotify like since the beginning of the year, but I stopped using it. I used another platform, and it told me I spent 42,869 minutes listening to songs in Spotify.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You see, I would have that same amount of like minutes too if I still used Spotify, because like at the beginning of the year I used Spotify, then I stopped, and then I started using it again. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure if I actually used it like every day, it's
it would
probably
be
gonna
way
be more
more.
than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because music is like how I get through my day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was our music taste summed up in a year. It was really interesting to see all the different tastes of music. We see Williams with his very rap influenced music taste. Isabel, she has more of like a pop style. Evelyn is all about her K-R&B, and mine was kind of all over the place. But yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on to our next segment, we have New Year, New Me. So Evelyn, could you explain what that is?
Oh, yes. So for this New Year, New Me segment, we're going to share some of our goals for the new year approaching. Woo, 2022. Here we come. Anyways, so we're gonna have two type of different questions. There's one for 2021 and another one for 2022. So first, I'm gonna start out with the 2021 questions. So first one is, what are 3 words you would use to describe 2021? Isabel?
3 words that would describe 2021 for me is that this year was, of course, pretty fast. This year was chill for me. Like I love this year because I got to discover more things. I also found this year like more energetic. Because I like to do things more often. Like yeah, and another word I would describe 2021 is that I was more creative this year than any other year.
What about you, William?
So 2021, I'll put it as that it's more higher than 2020 because it's during COVID time. We didn't have much time to do anything. Like I didn't have time to go out, go see my friends, all those stuff. But now 2021 gave me the opportunity to have the time to do all those stuff. I'll say it's great, more experience, and more better for me.
Yeah, I would kind of have to agree with that. For me, 3 words that would describe my 2021 is first stressful because, and like we were in the pandemic, rebounding back to school was a bit stressful because, like everybody's wearing a mask and everything like that, and it's a bit harder. And since we're so used to staying at home, online classes is much harder. It's like stressful, but it's kind of fast and it is supposedly a bit relaxing. But and which might not make sense because I put stressed and relaxing at the same time. Because I'm in my sophomore years and I'm gonna be junior next year, which I'm worried about that. A lot of things has happened. So yeah, that's what I would describe my 2021. What about you, Chloe?
I would describe my 2021 as okay, the 3 words I would use is reboot, adaptation, or like adapting. And the reason I chose those 2 words is because like I feel like 2021 was like as if we pressed the refresh button, because like we were going through a pandemic. There was a lot of things going on with social justice issues and stuff like that. And like 2021 came in swinging and swinging hard, because literally like so many protests happened during 2021. Like we had crazy events that'll probably be in the next history books, such as the Capitol raiding and stuff like that, that like really demonstrated what America's like now, and like what we need to improve going on in the future, and how like now a lot of the generation, like younger people and older people, are thinking, how can we help the world? And people are like recognizing that climate change is affecting the world and stuff like that. So I really feel like we pressed reboot and we were like, okay, we're gonna come in strong. And adaptation is because we saw that there was a pandemic, and that but kids still need to go back to school. So instead of just staying online like how we did in 2020, we went back to school and we figured out, well, first of all, we got so many people vaccinated in 2021, which I think is amazing. And two, we went back to school. Kids are getting their grades back up because 2020 affected a lot of kids' scores. And yeah, so I feel like that adaptation, because we really adapted from our situations prior to 2021. But yeah, and then the last one being refreshing, because like it was fun to be able to finally physically be in contact with my friends, not just being on the phone with them, being able to actually go out and do stuff that I enjoy, like going to go see a movie and stuff like that. And like, while COVID, yes, does still play a threat, like pose a threat, I really do feel 10 times more safer going outside than when I first did, especially when the pandemic first hit. But yeah.
I agree.
So for our next question, we have, if you could go back and tell yourself one thing at the beginning of 2021, what would it be? Williams.
So if I could go tell myself back, I would say back in 2020, I would be, if I was there, I would just go there and talk to myself and tell them what you're doing is wrong. That you need to change yourself and stop being shy. Because back in 2020, I was actually shy. I went around. I'm nervous around people. Like that really didn't even give me more time to make friends because I see new people. So I wish I could go tell myself and tell them to stop being shy.
That's very understandable. What about you, Isabel?
I would tell myself in 2021 that I need to I would be like, Isabel, you need to get your grades more higher. You need to be more responsible, more organized, and more talkative.
I understand that because like the pandemics infect like it affects a lot of our how we socialize with other people and like our mental health. So like if even if you get low grades, it's okay, it's understandable. Like, we just start rebounding and it might be very hard, but I believe you guys can do it. And for me, I would tell myself love yourself, you know, love yourself, be who you are, like, yeah, I will tell myself that because I went through a lot of things. This year, at the beginning of this year, a lot of things had happened, but I would tell myself that. What about you, Chloe?
I would tell myself, one, enjoy the moment, because like a lot of the times, like last year, in 2021, I ended up playing sports and doing a lot of stuff that I could like, I look back on now and I really like enjoyed it. And it's something like I spent a lot of time with my friends and stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like we get so caught up in the future that you don't really enjoy the moment that's in front of you. And like now that I'm looking back at it, and now that me and all my friends go to different schools, I'm really like, man, I should have enjoyed the moment while it lasted, where I could have, cherished being able to see them every single day and being able to do these different things. But also, I would tell myself um, to relax, because like a lot of the times, like I could have, like my emotions, my emotions get the best of me. And I feel like that's what stopped me from being able to enjoy what I was doing in the moment and being in the moment, because I was so, like worried about the future or worry just about something else in general. And so I really feel like in the future, I'm really going to live by enjoying the moment and living in the moment. But yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with you guys. Like, even if you're still in seventh grade or eighth grade, like, because I'm a sophomore now, you guys should enjoy the moment while it's there because you're not gonna ever go back. It's just once in a lifetime things. So I advise, like Chloe says, like it's so good to enjoy the moment first and think about the future later sometimes. So like just enjoy the moment. Like you might not see these people, like 10 years or, but there are some people you're going to see a lot. And there are some that you might not because like everyone is growing, busy. So it's so good to enjoy the moment. Like my advice to all the people out there, enjoy the moment while it's there so you don't regret anything. Okay, moving on to next questions. What was your greatest accomplishment of this year? William?
So my
William?
greatest was that I was able to be on the A in a Row's honor roll, and I got a certificate for that.
Oh, that's cool. What
That's
about
very
you,
cool.
Isabel?
Was that I discovered many fun things this year.
That is very cool. Um, for me, my greatest accomplishment would be that I'm taking care of myself. I'm loving myself. I am, like meeting new people, either online or in persons, you know, like having to meet a lot of people. Like I know that's kind of like weird as accomplishment, but I'm grateful that I start loving myself and kind of stop pushing people around me whenever I'm like in that moment of stress, because that's what I do, and I'm grateful that I kind of stopped doing that. Yeah, Chloe, what about you?
My greatest accomplishment this year for 2021 was the fact that I flourished like in an environment like Tupac said, I was a rose that grew out of the concrete because I made the best of the year that I made the best of a year that one, I was still doing online school until this semester, and two, like I made the best out of a year where like people were still afraid of COVID and stuff like that, but I still got to enjoy myself and I still got to grow mentally and physically, and I woke up every day alive. So that's really an accomplishment. And sometimes you got to recognize the smaller accomplishments that added up to a really big accomplishment, such as like surviving and flourishing. Because like to some people that might not be a big accomplishment, but to me, like that's pretty big.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, so for our next question, we have, what was something you learned about yourself in 2021 and how did you feel about it? Isabel?
That I am smart creative person. I started grades a lot, and I am creative of all I do. I always want to add like extra stuff instead of keeping it original.
Me, I'm always creative. I'm always outgoing. My most important goal, what my parents usually tell me, is you have to be successful in life, and that's the path I'm going with.
We love that. We love the that advice, like you have to be successful or something. But also sometimes when you go through that path of trying to be successful, also to remember that to appreciate people around you, and also to do things that you love in order to succeed that path, because some people, like, you don't know what to do, like, in order to be successful, but the fact that in a way is a great thing that I would say. And for me, something I learned about myself, you know so this is kind of like a very personal thing, But I have some medical issues. I'm not gonna say which. Sorry, please understand that. I have a medical issues, and from there, I struggle a lot, with self-love. But then, I start learning that if I just keep putting myself down, there's no way in life where I can be, successful unless I love myself. It was hard at first trying loving yourself, but now it's like it's we're still in the progress. It's going great now. We love that though. What about you, Chloe?
This year I learned that um actually I learned to take advantage of every opportunity that was handed to me, and if there's not an and sometimes when you want to do something and there's not an opportunity available, to make the opportunity. Because a lot of the times, like, I would be like, I want something, or like I thought of an idea, but I'm just like, I don't know how to get this idea to come off the floor. Like, for example, the nest, I didn't really know how to, like, actually articulate the idea that I had. And so I went and talked to someone else to figure out, how can I do this? And they gave me a platform. And so the same thing with everything else, like, um, taking the opportunity of doing sports. And that really helped me with getting along with my peers and flourishing and developing socially and actually physically, because I'm doing physical activity that raises my endorphins and makes me happier, according to studies. But yeah, and so I really feel that really what I learned this year was to take advantage of the opportunity and to seize the moment and to make opportunities for myself when there's not one present. But yeah.
We love that. Seize the opportunity. Yeah. Last questions of 2021 questions is, what was your favorite memory of this year? William?
So my favorite memory was I had to do something with my friends. Like in the weekends, we had to go outside. It was the break. It was Thanksgiving break, so we were bored at home. So we decided, let's go skateboarding and go to the skate park. That was my favorite memory. That I had time to go with my friends. We laughed, we played around. That was my favorite memory.
Yeah, that's nice. What about you, Isabel?
My favorite memory was in this year was when me and my family always
And
joy.
that's a really good memory. For me, I would say my favorite memory was when well, I have two, so, and I can't really like pick between the two. So my first favorite memory is when I went to Six Flags with my two best friends that are currently going to two different schools. And it was a really good opportunity to spend time with them because I don't go to school with them. I don't see them every day. And so that was a really good opportunity. But also, we did a lot of things that I usually don't do, because like Six Flags, like when I used to go, because I went to Six Flags before, but I never used to really ride the like really scary rides. And we all like sucked it up and we were all like, okay, we're gonna ride the Texas Giant. And so we all decided to ride the Texas Giant, and we were all like really nervous. We were all scared, and we all ended up doing it, and we got through it together. Like one of my friends actually cried on the ride, but yeah. But my second favorite memory is like a really small memory, but it still means a lot to me, is after like volleyball practice and softball practice with my friends, we would always go we would always go to the we would always go to the corner store or McDonald's after practice. And like the one thing I liked about that is the fact that like we would take, oh, everybody has 50 cents or everybody has $1 and we're gonna make this work. And I really feel like I really enjoyed those memories because we made meals out of like $5, and everyone was able to eat and everyone was able to get something to snack on. But yeah.
Yeah, For me, my favorite memories was I went to a concert. Just last week. I think that was like one of my favorite memories out of the entire year because I get to enjoy myself. Um, and yeah, I guess that is what's my favorite memory. Okay, now moving on to 2022 questions is first question is what song was what are you okay what song do you think would describe 2021 for you? Anyone would like to go?
So I will go first. So the
Okay.
song I will see is probably I'm trying to think of a song that Paper Card has sung about New Year's. He said it's gonna be a lot of energy. I would say 2022. It's gonna be a lot of energy, more surprising. It's gonna make people have a great day. Probably 22.
We
But
love
yeah,
that. Isabel?
My song for like this is gonna be the song that I really love. It's Just the Way You Are. I really love it because it tells you you don't need nothing to be beautiful. You're beautiful just the way you're born to this world. You don't need to do anything to make you beautiful because you already are.
for
Yeah.
me, I would say the song I described, like that I'm going into, well, 2021 and 2022 would have to be Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce, because really, like, that really describes the type of energy that I'm on. It's just like really independent and really girl boss, hashtag girl boss. The type
Period.
of, like, that's the type of stuff that I'm gonna be on this year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and just like accomplishing goals and doing great stuff. That's what I'm gonna be on. But yeah.
We love that. For me, I don't really know. Well, I don't really know yet, but I think it would be like um oh, this is hard actually for me because I listen to a lot of musics, but I guess Grandma by Jimmy Brown because I love my grandma. I love my grandma, and both of my grandma, I love that both of them are here with me still. Yeah, I guess that one. Yeah. Um, okay. Yeah.
For our next question, what are 3 things you want to improve about yourself for 2022?
So what are the things I would like to do for 2022 is probably be more talkative, like trying to make friends because I only have like 2 friends that go to my school. And probably also if I could try and just help people, like tutor them, because I'm the first person in all our school that's getting some good grades, and they mostly talk about me, about my honor roll. So I don't feel really good, comfortable talking about me. So I rather prefer another person being getting my state of the way I'm usually are right now. So that's what I would do.
Um, 3 things that I would improve about myself this year this new year is one, I would try to be like more calm and like focus on handling situations better, like when there's conflict and stuff like that, and focus on not getting angry. Two, I would focus on I would focus on accomplishing my goals. And 3, I would focus on just schoolwork in general, because sometimes like I'm slacking and sometimes I procrastinate, and I feel like this year I'm really going to cut down on my procrastination and work on it. But yeah. What about you, Isabel?
I wanna by stop cussing at home. I really do cuss a lot, so yeah, I would improve on that. Another thing I would improve to is to read more, because I read less now because I don't know why, but I want to start reading more. I'm gonna get more books. And the third thing I want for this year is I hope I have a happy life year with my family. That's what I want to do.
What about you, Evelyn?
Maybe stop procrastinating. That's one of them. Start doing things that I said I was gonna do. And yeah, I don't really know the third block. Maybe try to relax a bit.
And so for our last and final question, what is a habit that you want to build for this new year? And for this question, I'll answer first. For this year, I want to start the habit of reading more, like Isabel said, because she just reminded me that, because like literally I have a book that I started reading and then I just stopped reading it. And also I want to build the habit of exercising constantly, because those are the two things that I have issues with keeping up, because like I start doing it and then I drop it. Like when something is going on, or if I get busy, I drop it. But like I feel like a book is a great escape, but also exercising is too, even though sometimes it does hurt, sometimes you do get sore, but both of them both have a great return, especially reading. It'll help you like with school and stuff like that, but also exercising will make you more happier and also get you fit and healthy. But yeah, what about you what about you, Isabel?
Three habits I would start doing is be more healthy. Even though I do eat healthy food, I want to eat more and want to start exercising, like Chloe said. I want to start limiting time off the screen. That will help a lot too. And another thing another habit I want to really do is that I want to do more crafts often now.
So three things I would like to do is stop being shy, get to know people, get to talk to people. Another thing is, and also be procrastinating, have things that are gonna make me more busy. And another thing is that be more focused on my life.
Yeah. For me, it would also be working out a bit more, because I need to do that for my health. But I started it, but I can't keep up with it because school is getting in my way. So is school. Everybody knows that. Yeah, I guess that would be it. And that would conclude our episode for today.
Yep. And we all hope that you all have a great holidays and a very happy and productive new year. We want to thank our guests for coming. Thank you, Williams and Isabel. But also, we want to make sure that the audience tunes in for our next episode.
Yes, subscribe and turn on our post notifications so you would never miss when we upload, because we're amazing, everybody. Until next time, remember, if you're not going to speak up, how is the world supposed to know you exist?
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's!
Bye!
Bye!
Happy holidays!